Here we are with our big Apple ComicCon video. Stay tuned to the end because we have some really cool interviews with Brian O'Halloran, David Madison, Ming Chen, and Brimstone. So hang out all the way to the end, catch out what they say about Haven for Heroes. Haven for Heroes is here at Big Apple ComicCon! Tales from the Flipside family. Here we are at Big Apple ComicCon. You heard me shout it out earlier. Selling comics, right? This is what it's all about. This is a show that's probably 25, 30 years old, maybe a little older. Big Apple ComicCon run by Mike Carbonara. How do we get rid of our books that we buy in bulk? Dollar bins, dollar bins. This is one thing that we do. We bring out to a convention all these dollar books and we sell them to all the people that come to the convention, hopefully to fill up their runs, right? The other thing is that my business model when I come to a convention is bring the weird stuff, right? We got Secret Wars coloring book, Mexican Spider-Man. We got a couple of ash cans from Rob Liefeld. We got some Nintendo from Valiant. We've got a whole bunch of San Francisco rip-off press and kitchen sink books, like stuff that a lot of the other dealers aren't bringing. You know, every single stand has a Spider-Man 300. Not everyone has a Foom number 6. You know, so that's my philosophy. That's what I do business model-wise at coming out to the conventions. I built my stand last night. Kind of ripped off from whatever I've seen at shows all my life of going around. We ended up getting on the second tier, as you can see where I shouted from earlier. We're up on the second floor. We're the only comics on the second floor. It hasn't been very busy upstairs. It's been a pretty busy convention. We'll talk to some of our friends here in a little while. The last show we did all long boxes and I just grabbed whatever dollar books we had. This time I hand-picked every single book to bring out because it's a trip into New York City. It's going to cost me $40 to $70 in parking, gas to come down here. You know, you gotta make your money, and on dollar books that means lots, volume, lots of books. We probably made our money back and a little bit of profit. You know, it gives us an idea what this convention's like. The main floor is definitely on fire. Stay tuned with us while we go out around and we're going to talk to some people, all the different dealers, what they brought opposed to what I brought, and we'll get right back with you. Hey folks, in case you didn't know, there's dollar books on the second floor.
There's comic books on the second floor.
Woo! Dollar bin, dollar bin. All right, so make sure when you go to the con that you bring somebody with you. You're gonna need bathroom breaks, you're gonna need food breaks. Most importantly, you're gonna need to get around the con. What I talked about early and what I talked about later is making, even if you don't make a lot of money, make your connections, network, right? So here we are walking around the con, going around to all the different dealers. So I had the cheapest stuff in the place. I had dollar books. There was nobody else there that I could buy long boxes off of. But I talked to a lot of the dealers about that and you know, when they dump books, if they were interested. Some of them were too far away. I'm not willing to drive down to North Carolina to pick up books. Make sure that you can spend some time out on the floor talking to all the other dealers, because listen, they have different business models. Maybe something sells for them that doesn't sell for you, and vice versa. You can trade books up, switch books up. Everybody knows I focus a lot on readers, so I'm looking for reader copies, and hopefully they're not throwing them in the dumpster. But nobody had reader copies there. You know, I have a pretty large 50-cent bin, which is dwindling away to nothing, and I need to fill that up. So I need to make a lot of connections when I'm at a con. The other thing is that take a list from when you're going to convention, you want to get a list from all your subscribers and all your regulars of anything special that they're looking for and what they're willing to pay for a copy. If they're looking for a graded copy, or if they're looking for a certain price range for a certain book. This is a great place. Some guys don't get out to these conventions and they're looking for particular books that you don't have, but you still want to make that sale. A lot of times you can even bring some stuff to trade with other dealers, and you want to negotiate, and a lot of times dealer to dealer, you're going to get a percentage off because they're going to want the same thing from when they go to other people's tables, and dealers kind of work that out between each other. I didn't have a list. Nobody was actually looking for anything specifically, but I did make my way around and look at all the things, all the really, really cool Golden Age books, which I don't have a lot of, and there was a lot at this show. The killer balcony area. There's cosplayers, and more cosplayers. There is Domino. Very cool cosplay. So the signs for the highly touted balcony are men's room and women's restroom. That's how they know that the high-class comics are upstairs. Oh, another film crew. Obviously not as good as mine. This is Mike Cabanera. We'll make a rip around. Some killer original art. I don't have enough to bring any. I do have some original art. You've seen them in the shop, but I don't have stuff like that. Amazing. This is the main floor that you see me shouting down at. We've got some great stuff, some amazing books. So they have a Fantastic Four #1 on the wall. It's a 3.0. Really nice. Some really nice books. Early's Avengers. Oh, look, everyone. There's an Amazing Spider-Man 300. It's a 9.2. Very nice book. Some more Spider-Mans. There's 362, 361, and 363. I have 363s in my dollar bin. Heroes aren't hard to find. These guys have a front and back side. A lot of amazing books, rated stuff, some Golden Age. This is a pretty cool show. I make fun because I'm jealous. It's like the fourth or fifth Amazing Spider-Man 129 I've seen. Up the top there, next to a very early Superman. Very cool. She-Hulk #1. Centurion Complete. Captain Marvel funny books. It's fantastic. Here's some more original art. Take a look at that, Haunt of Fear. All my buddies out there, Tales from the Flip Side, that love this early horror. This is a cover. Man, it's sick. Some weird fantasy, weird science. I had almost the entire run of that, and man, it sold out pretty fast. I wish I had kept it. Early Vault of Horrors. There's House of Secrets. It's a 5.5. First appearance of Swamp Thing. Everybody knows that's my book. Voodoo up top. Haunted Fears, just amazing stuff. I love these guys' setup. Just with the lights, the graded books on the metal shelving. This is done right. This is done right. That must be nuts to move, but it's done right. Yeah, and people bring cool games. It's a new setup. It's called Terragon. Yeah, another great lot of Golden Age books. It's a Marvel Comics, all winners, Human Torch. Frankenstein Comics, awesome. Good collection of modern books. Another incredible Golden Age, Silver Age rack. That's awesome. A kid playing on the floor. That's what we love to see. This is one of the first signs that actually has the name. See, get a good shot of that. Give this guy some pump. This is Gary Dolgoff Comics. You know, like everybody else. Good, clear signs with what he's buying with his toll-free number on it. If you're selling your books, give the guy a call. Oh, Creepy and Eerie's and Vampirellas. Awesome. Oh, man. There you go. There's another great group of Golden Age. It's a great voodoo book. Another great voodoo. Jungle Comics Bondage. Nice. Nice. Now we're going to head over and see if Brian can give us a minute. Now we're heading into, no, this is not, we're going to head into Artist Alley now. Some other, we'll hit this on the way out. There's our friend Eddie.
How's it going? Welcome, Christmas edition, Big Apple ComicCon. I'm not getting paid to do this. I'm on the Marvelous, half of the podcast. Eddie Wilson and the other one's Peter Melnick. Have a great time. Happy holidays.
Oh, and our very good friend David Madison. How are you, sir? At a con, you fist bump. Oh, and thank you, sir. And Brian is here also, another friend of the shop. How are you guys doing with the show today? What do you think of it?
You want to take this?
I think it's a great turnout for a Carbo show, to be honest with you. A lot of people heavy into the books. Not so much for the media guests, but heavy into getting their comics done, new artists, stuff like that. So it's a good turnout, especially this close to Christmas.
So tell us about that voice. Is that con flu?
The voice is hoarse from just the end of the year. This literally is my last show of the year. I think I did about maybe 27 this year, 27 weekends. So this is just the end of it.
Yeah, you stole my question. I was going to ask you how many cons you did. 27 cons. Is that a record? That is
for me this year, yeah.
That's pretty grueling. That's like every other week.
And it's not just cons. It's like store appearances, signings, things like that. So.
Yeah, I saw. What is it? Tennessee you were down in recently, or what was that you were at that one big shop?
We were down in Knoxville, Tennessee. They have a great one called Tall Men Toys and Comics down in Knoxville, Tennessee. This guy has so many pops and so many toys. And the comic section is a good section, but the majority of it is like really great stuff, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. I saw stuff there like, how is this not sold out? He goes, it's Knoxville.
Yeah, that's incredible. I'd really love to talk to the owner of that shop and find out his business model, because I saw it on your shorts and stuff. And your Instagram, incredible looking shop. I really want to talk to that guy. Dave, tell us what you got coming up.
Well, the next thing I have coming out is a werewolf film called Full Moon Fever. You'll be able to look for it in the first quarter of 2023.
Awesome. And are you available for signings if any shop would like to reach out to you? And
Sure, absolutely. Anybody who wants a schlep like me to come out, I'll be more than happy to show up.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of the con. Appreciate it. So I'm here. Can I grab a card? Awesome.
It doesn't have like my email or number. I can write that down. I also have a message portal on my site, so you can do that.
Okay.
Or now that we're following on social media, that's also fine as well.
Well, all right. I'll probably contact you through Instagram. Sorry. All right, Tales of a Flipside family. We got Ming Chen here at the Big Apple ComicCon. How did you do?
So far, so good. I mean, I'm here for fun. I'm here for fun. Did I do all right? Yeah, will I have a good Christmas? It's gonna be it's a brighter Christmas now. It's nice, but I'm here. My friends are here. Brian O'Halloran is right next to me, If I could do every show where he's like to my left or right, or in front or in back or whatever like that,
Brian and Dave are gems.
Yeah, they really are.
They
But
really
so am I to understand? So your shop,
Yes.
Haven for Heroes, is Brian O'Halloran's officially endorsed comic book shop.
100%.
That's amazing.
Even if he says no.
Okay, well he kind of inferred that it was, so which means now I got to go there and
100%. You are more than welcome. Actually, if you want to come do a signing sometime,
dude.
we do them all the time. We go out to dinner afterwards. We meet minimums. It's awesome.
That sounds like my kind of fun, my friend.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. We'll keep
food,
Food,
comics.
yep.
Maybe throw some booze in there. Yeah, hey,
Absolutely.
a beer or two.
We have a fantastic Fox and Hare brewery right down the street from us. Fresh beer and pretty good food. Yeah.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. That's awesome. And how long have you guys been open?
We've been open 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and what I was wondering was how many cons did you do this year?
I think I lost count, but I got to be getting close to 30, if not 30, and that's a lot
That
considering
is a
a
lot.
52-week season,
Yeah, that's
52-week
insane.
year. Yeah,
You beat out Brian though. He said he only did 27.
it's not a competition. Not a competition. It's I mean, I would have loved to have been at some
You
of the
really
same
enjoyed it,
ones.
right?
I think if you don't enjoy it, you don't do 30 cons a year. And but this is where I'm coming from. You remember we're old school guys, and this is kind of an old school show. Like shows used to be like this, but even smaller.
Yeah.
Where there'd be like the kind of the four weird guys with the long boxes selling books, maybe a couple guys selling vintage toys, and that was pretty much it. And then maybe you get a couple like independent artists or just people just hanging out there. And we loved it because that's all we had. And the four weirdos with long boxes, how we got our back issues. That's how we
100%.
filled holes in our collection. Then it hit a time where they got bigger and bigger, and now they're filling whole convention centers. They're like 5-day shows, and it's
And they have multiples and multiples of all the key issues.
Yeah, and
so my shop's a reader-centric shop.
cool.
I have $20,000 books.
Yeah,
I have back bins that they're $2 and up. So like we're really about the readers.
yeah. I love that. But so coming from the small shop or the small shows to what they are now, like we appreciate it. We knew we came from humble roots, my friends. So, and these kids now, God, I'm sounding so old, but kids now, they waltz into a New York ComicCon. They're like, it's all like this,
It's
right?
all
Where it
glitz
can-
and glamour,
yeah.
but these are the shows that I love.
Yeah, these are the ones I love. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Baltimore's like this. They got a show in New Jersey, in Clifton, New Jersey,
Yeah.
which is even smaller than this.
Yeah.
They have 50-cent bins.
Yeah, I love that the
Crazy.
one day like ballroom shows, like
Yeah.
they're great. They're great. It's not the size of the show sometimes. It's the spirit and how they're run and the people that go there, and that's why I love them.
100%. Like I've loved comics since I was 7 years old.
Yeah.
That's why I own a comic shop.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be rich. I'm not making $1 million.
Your soul is rich.
Absolutely.
And that's more important.
Absolutely.
Some people spend millions trying to make their soul rich, and it doesn't happen. So we figured it out, my friend.
I enjoy. We run student classes for kids
Yeah,
to learn how
that's
to draw.
awesome, man.
And so we're
Awesome,
really
man.
community
Grow-
based.
growing the audience, right?
That's
Getting new
what it's
fans,
about.
preaching the gospel. It's cool.
So my show on YouTube is all about opening a comic store and
Oh,
running
man.
a comic store. Yeah.
It's
And I tell them, I'm honest with them, you're not going to be rich.
Nope.
But
You're gonna work a lot.
you're going to work a lot.
And you're
but
gonna pull your hair out, and
gonna
you're
love
gonna deal with some particular customers. Yeah, it's funny. I get that question all the time. It's like, Ming, I've watched a show. I want to open a comic book shop. What advice can you give me? I'm like, all right. Well, one, get your show featured on a major cable TV network. And if you can have it air after The Walking Dead, the hottest TV show on the planet, that doesn't hurt either. Like, okay, I can't do that. What's your other advice? Like, well, maybe your shop can be owned by a major feature film director. Like, okay, I can't do that either. Do you have anything other advice for me? I'm like, yeah, don't. Yeah, right. So,
don't.
and I'm being facetious, but I'm kind of telling the truth. It's a tough business, my friends.
It is a tough business.
And I
but
don't want to discourage you, but make sure you've done all your homework, get kind of a bankroll, and then
get a really, really cheap rent. This is what I tell them.
Yeah, rent. Yep.
Go to some place that has not, like Main Street is dead.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
'Cause you're going to revitalize
Yep.
Main Street.
Yeah. It's gonna happen. It's gonna grow. It may take a couple years, but
People
yeah.
drive a long distance to go to
Yep.
a really good comic shop.
Yeah.
that-
So yeah, I don't want to discourage anybody, but the other tough part is you're a fan of comics. You grew up with them. You love comics. You're gonna have to separate your fandom when you're, because
Yeah,
you buy
it's
too
tough
many
to
of
sell
one
a book.
issue. If you're like, oh, I love that, I'm gonna buy, 100 copies. Like, can you sell 100 copies?
Or some some indie that nobody else reads.
Yeah, yeah. Or
I want 10 copies of that.
yeah, you're gonna have to figure out different strategies. At the Stash, we have an indie comic section, so it's like, hey, you're starting out, you want to sell your comic, great. We'll take 5 copies, we'll put them up on the shelf, and come back in a month or two. We'll see how they did. If we sell any, we'll give you all the money because we know you're struggling.
Right.
But
That's an awesome
we have
idea.
we have an indie section.
Can I steal that?
It's not stealing, it's yours, my friend.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Ming, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And hopefully we'll have you out for a signing.
Yeah,
soon.
I would love to come for sure.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Take care, brother.
Haven for Heroes for life. Mark my words. Best shop on the East Coast.
Thank you, sir.
Might be even better than ours. We'll
Woo!
see. So yeah.
That's going to be my intro.
Yeah, I think that's a great intro. So thanks, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
I love the rig, the wireless mic, but you have the wireless hook to your hat. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah.
I love. Oh, you got 2 going. I love
Yeah,
it.
these guys are pros. And this is the table of the legendary Jim Steranko. An amazing artist, probably one of the top 12 of all time. In my books, for sure, Hall of Fame. And also, as we're going through, we have some stars in the library. We have Serena Vincent, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, and Bai Ling. Sorry. Oh, they put a sign up that says the Big Apple balcony. Where did that come from? That wasn't there earlier. It's right at eye level if you're 3.5 inches tall. So we got to meet and befriend Brimstone right here.
Me? It's me. I didn't realize. It is me.
It is you.
Oh my God. It's been an honor and a privilege hanging out with you guys all day long. They have been so good to me because I'm by myself. They've been watching my table. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. And we are serious about having you come out and do some signings if you're up in the hinterlands of New York. We're not actually that far up, but
I'm always down for a good time. So,
we always have a good time.
and I'm so sorry that I've been talking so much the whole day. I have no voice. This is awful, and I'm usually booming.
Yeah, me too. I'm getting ready to lose mine. Maybe on the way home. We'll see. Probably after a few Jamesons. Well, they might bring my voice back though. We'll see.
It's a possibility.
Yeah. So how many cons are you doing a year now?
Before COVID, I was doing anywhere from 30 to 40, sometimes 50 and up. But it's not. I don't only do Comic Cons. I do a lot of foodie events. I'm in the foodie world. I do a lot of Comic Cons. I do the paranormal cons. So I've been doing a little bit of everything. And I got to tell you, it's a lot of work. But I love it because it's the best place to interact and engage with fans, people that you would never necessarily have the opportunity to meet. You get to meet great people like yourselves, incredible contacts, lifelong friends that, listen, over 20 years. Matter of fact, Big Apple Con now, I've been doing cons. My first con was the Big Apple ComicCon about 20 years ago. So I've been doing conventions for 20 years. It's one of the best things I ever did.
And tell us about, I heard that you had some spices and sauces. Give us a shout out about that.
So I did a show years ago called Food Hound Tidbits, and I did 3 seasons, and it was a great show. Basically, while we were doing the cons and touring across the country, we would go from the convention floor to the mom and pop hot dog shops, 5-star restaurants, and show people, what was in each of the areas. So it picked up real well, and I always think, what's the next natural progression? So I was like, I always wanted to do my own sauces and seasonings. I'm a barbecue guy. So I said, I'm gonna do it. So I worked with K. John's Fiery Foods originally, and I created my whole line of sauces and seasonings. They're all award-winning. Now you can find them at Torchbearer Sauces, which is out of Pennsylvania, and they're absolutely incredible.
So look them up at Torchbearer
Torchbearer
Sauces.
Yes.
.com, right?
Yes.
All right.
You can actually find it if you go to therealbrimstone.com. You can actually go to my store, and it'll show you, all the sauces and where you can get them.
Fantastic. Well, it was a really pleasure meeting you, brother, and we'll see you soon down at the shop.
Honor and a privilege. Got to check these guys out. They're amazing. I love them. He's so handsome too. It's like he could be my brother or my father.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say, good-looking guys. He's a little bit better looking than me. His beard's better.
So those of you who want to open a comic shop, it's more than just opening the doors of a shop. If you need to, make a little extra cash, move some books. You got to get out to the convention. You got to find the convention. You got to make friends. You met some of our friends on the thing. They always get us hooked up. It can be very expensive to run a show. You saw some of the guys downstairs. They paid a lot of money for their booths. You see us hidden up in the balcony. Everybody knows how cheap I am. We paid very little for our table. But this is also that we can actually make a little bit of profit. Make a lot, again, just like when you go to a convention or to a retailer conference, there's a lot of networking going on. You meet a lot of people. I met some great people today. I met Brimstone. Brimstone's probably going to come up and do a signing for us. We met Travis. He voices some of the Transformers. Probably going to have him come up. You guys saw Ming. He's going to come up and sign for us. So even if we didn't make a ton of money today, we made a lot of great connections and some really good friends. We're really excited for the new year. This is the end of the year. And get out there, read comics, and open a freaking comic shop. Carbonaro, something like this, sort of like the spaghetti, but not. It's not really spaghetti, right? It's like linguine with bacon and like a white sauce, but it's not. It's close to that, sort of. But yeah, I keep getting lost.